This is something that I'm recommending everybody that's a non-US citizen to obtain. So in years past, you didn't need what was called an individual taxpayer ID number to do business in the US. And so the individual taxpayer ID number is really the equivalent of a social security number here in the US. So that's our identifier for credit, and it allows us to personally guarantee things such as credit cards or bank accounts if our business is less than 2 years or new and or has no revenue. So it's a very key component to really cracking into the US effectively. And I use effectively with a heightened announcement here because as of 2024, the government has now mandated that a UBO, or ultimate beneficial owner, is tied to a business that is registered in the US. So I would imagine in the future, not only are they going to identify who the UBO is, but they'll want to have some type of tax identifier linked to that person, social security number or ITIN, in order to effectively manage the taxes that are owed, right? And so that's where you want to ensure that you have this sooner than later. There are different processes here to get the ITIN. So you'll need your passport, birth certificate, or some type of government ID to validate you are who you are. And so there's additional information here which will provide the packet to you, but you're going to use also a W-7 form. So when you apply for an ITIN, there's a W-7 form. You have to fill this out correctly. It has your personal information of the country where you reside. If you're in the US, it's easy because you already have a social security number, home address. This really is not applicable to you. So you got to make sure it's filled out correctly, because if it's not, it can get rejected. And so you cannot do this online. You have to fill out a form and then you have to send it in to a consulate, wherever it may be. And so the thing is that when I did this guide, I think it was early this year, it took 6 to 8 weeks. Now it's about 10 to 12 weeks because there's a mass influx of applications coming in. So the thing is, if you don't fill out the W-7 form correctly and it's incorrect, you just lose your spot in line and you have to resubmit a whole new packet. So very important, because it does take about 3 months to receive this information, or the ITIN, I should say. And if you don't fill it out correctly, it'll kick you back in line.